Well, that's it. It's the final day. That's it. We are finishing the rep season. Wayside bright and light, shining in Buckinghamshire. So on the final day, our job is to do a show stupendously. We're actually filming this show as well. So we've got camera crew coming in just because the last time we filmed, we didn't have the full cast. So it's actually quite a lot of pressure for this final show to get it perfect for the sake of preserving it as best we can. After that, we literally, as soon as the lights come down and the last person leaves, crew descend on the show and tear it apart. The dressing rooms get pulled apart, the props get put into tubs and we take them down the road and try and replace everything. But it's a big job and it's been a really big week. Like already we do a 40-hour week and now we're pulling a little bit more out to get us finished and out. But the feeling of getting over the line on such a stupendously difficult show. Like we went through COVID twice, ripping through the company. We had understudy rehearsals all over the shop. But that's Alex who's just arrived. You know, it's been hard. So tonight I'm going to be celebrating the fact that we got through it. Before the show's completely done, I wanted to show you the bingo wheel. It's covered in glitter and every one of these sequins were put on by hand by our secondments and the design team. So these are all the options. And it moves. I'll show you the back as well because the front is pretty, but the back is really cool. So there's the Wayside Chapel book that comes out of it, but there are LED lights all the way along the edges. And there's the little controller pack that makes sure that it goes. It's got a skirt around the edge to make sure that the lights don't bleed out. Well, not the lights, but that you can't see the backs of these lights. And this book, The Wayside Chapel by Ted Noss, it's a recovered little book. Oh my gosh, it's got Brandon on the picture. That is such great detail. This is another prop of beauty. It's the Dusty and Shana dressing table. And most of the things on here are actually stuck down. Like you could not pick them up even if you wanted to, which is great for when it travels. And look at these cute photos. Such a fun prop. Before we're done forever, I also want to show off the beautiful wigs. So these are Rosie and Dusty. And over here we have Ursula. She has the most beautiful shape. And look at the back of that. Helen, who is our wig person, is an absolute dream. She makes the most beautiful creations. And this is Shana, who is a beast. It's so 80s. Like, look at those curls. All the girls. This is Rashidi's turban that he wears when he is a drag queen. It's such an elegant, like, look at that beautiful fabric wrap. I just think it's so impressive.
Hello, Cecilia.
Hello. Big day, huh?
Oh, it's huge now. It's just become a big thing.
Well, this is heaps exciting. We have a VIP guest today, which means we've got the Australian Federal Police sussing out the building and checking that everything is safe. It's the first time I've worked with in person with a VIP that is that important. I've had people come to the theatre, of course, but I was not actually in charge. So that's a really wonderful learning experience for me. The police officers were just lovely and we're just making sure that everything is safe and appropriate. Stage is set. Let's open this. Well, this is a very appropriate card for today. I think I shall. The house is jam-packed. Could not sit a second person in here if you wanted to. It's absolutely packed. Well, cat's out of the bag now. It was the Prime Minister who was our very important person, and the entire audience just like applauded the hell out of him, and he stood up and waved at everybody, which was just so lovely. It's nice for a person who has a lot of power to come to a place that feels very overlooked for the last couple of years. They are very eagerly awaiting who is going to be the Arts Minister, and probably what the funding is going to be like. And so it begins. Goodbye. The people who made the show. Not all the people, some of them. Well, that's the end of the show. Things are packed away. I've just dropped the prom copies off into the office. Gonna finish up some bump out and then it's all done. Bye-bye, rep season. It's 8 o'clock at night. We have moved everything that we possibly need to out of the theatre. We have put all the rubbish out. I just walked past 20 men trying to get something into the truck, and I'm very, very grateful that I don't have to do that. It looked like a terrifying job. I said goodbye to all the lovely people who helped put the show on, said goodbye to the ASMs, and now I'm driving home to have some takeaway and go to bed. And tomorrow I'm going to find a way to celebrate finishing up this show before coming back and doing some post-production on Tuesday. But still, celebration is required. It's been a mammoth task. I'm really proud of what we did.